Well, good morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is still late October, and today we're out in Grand Teton National Park for a little hike. We're going to hike down to the Bar, BC, which is a historical dude ranch. Cold morning this morning. We're just admiring the ice art, and look back at the mountains behind me. You can see that the snow is starting to accumulate up high. But we just have a little bit down here in the flats, so it'll be a little while before we can do the typical fur skis. Down below here is where the Bar BC Ranch stood. It was the second dude ranch. It was opened in Jackson Hole in 1912. It's kind of fun to imagine what this was like back in 1912, a long time ago. The West was still kind of wild, and the rich elite from the East Coast would come this direction. Quite a journey. Millionaires and Poets. Again, frost on the sign here. It's in various states of decay at this point, and the National Park Service is trying to restore some of these buildings. I haven't, it's been a year since I've been here. Most of the buildings are gone, but some of the original cabins still stands, and the lodge I think was deconstructed, and they've been working on it for the last few years. So I'll be sort of curious to see if they've made any progress. I'm sure the COVID pandemic has slowed things down quite a bit, but it's quite interesting. We've been looking at the tracks, and whoa, look what we have here. Definitely a river otter. How cool is that? You can see the tracks, and then the river otter's having some fun as he's coming along. One of the original cross-country sliders. We're not seeing anybody else's footprints other than Julie's. We've seen sage grouse tracks and fox tracks and coyote tracks, mule deer tracks. Well, there's the lodge and the Tetons in the background. And some guest cabins with their unique fireplace, stone fireplace structure. Most of the structure's been torn down. I think their intent is to rebuild it. It's a cool old fireplace. But this would be a typical cabin. Can you imagine being one of the wealthy elite from New York coming out here, spending all that money, time, and effort to be part of the Old West? One of the interesting features that I just love about these old cabins are these fireplaces. I think these are just really cool design, cool structure. The old chinking. They definitely were small, but they had the lodge they could go to and hobnob with other socialites, and had a corral, and they had rides for them to go out and enjoy the park. Scenery is amazing. This was probably there was a boiler back here. I assume this was the laundry room. I'm not a historian, so don't take everything I say for fact. I'm just guessing. At some point in time, there'll probably be more information. What's that, Julie?
This cabin's definitely in rougher shape.
Yeah, you know, back here, don't you think this is probably where the staff stayed?
I don't know, but it's sure not safe now. This is really deteriorated from when we first saw it.
Yeah. Well, primarily since it was so far away from the lodge, I had to have some place to house the staff. The cooks and the maids and the wranglers. Definitely been a long time since anybody has stayed back here. Another set of buildings. I know the people who have been doing the historical preservation, they stay in some of these buildings in the summertime. This is a fairly new concrete that's been poured here, so obviously they have intentions to save this building. They've raised it up off the ground and looks to me like new roofing, so this one they're obviously going to try and save over the course of time. And this is all boarded up. I really don't know what the status is. I'll do a little searching online and see if I can come up with any information.
The reason they boarded this up is it actually has glass windows.
Yeah.
You can see behind the board.
Yep, they want to protect them. Obviously, they stand vacant.
Those buildings now have collapsed.
So they actually had a dirt airstrip down here, and if I remember the story correctly, they had a bush plane they could fly in and out here. Probably gave aerial tours of the Tetons. All of that's been overgrown and long gone. Oop, I see some elk. Just an absolute gorgeous location. A line of guest cabins. This depression that we're in right now, that's since been overgrown, was one of the swimming holes that they had diverted the creek and create a lovely place to swim. I know they had a dance hall. Looks pretty small, but I guess an intimate location. And every place needs a trash bin. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I know it was short, and I've had comments from several people saying they're anticipating this winter's skiing videos, and there's nobody more than I who are looking forward to this winter. So until next time, be safe, be kind, and pray for peace.